Have you guys ever been in a situation where you were trying to escape from somebody who kidnapped you and you were all alone in the woods? Yeah, that never happened to me either. But it sure in the hell happened to this girl in this film. Today I'm going to be reviewing 2020's Alone. As usual, let's get into it.
Be calm.
Do you think you're the first one to say that?
Let me out of here!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to FACCI'S Fudge Monster Cinema. I've been trying to pump out more content for you guys, and I'm going to keep that going today with, like I said, my review for 2020's Alone, starring Mark Menchaca and Jules Wilcox. This one was directed by John Hyams. I've been wanting to see this for a very long time. Finally just picked this up at Best Buy for like 10 bucks. I honestly have heard nothing but praise for this movie, so I went in probably with too high of expectations for what I was about to watch. As I watched this with my wife, which she usually doesn't watch these kind of movies with me, but this is one that was kind of toned down, the gore and the blood, so I figured why not we make a Sunday spousal movie night, and this is the one that we picked. Story revolves around this girl, Jessica. She is recently widowed, and she is moving. So she packed up, getting in the movie, she's packing up all her shit, and heading out, moving to wherever she's going. Along the way, she keeps running into this man. Obviously, he doesn't have a name. I don't think we ever even know his name throughout this movie. All I know is that he's creepy, and he looks like a pedophile would. That's just my opinion. He got that mustache and those kidnapper glasses like Jeffrey Dahmer. So, as soon as you see him, he's throwing off some creepy ass vibes. At the beginning, he's trying to come off as a nice guy, but obviously we know that something ain't right about this dude. She's driving on the highway. She comes upon this Jeep that keeps like brake checking her and shit, and he's going really, really slow. So, what do you do in that situation? You try to pass them whenever there's a passing zone. But the person driving the Jeep is a dick. There's a big tractor trailer coming. She's speeding up. You don't know if she's going to make it. She barely cuts in front of that Jeep. Jeep goes this way. She goes the other way. So you think, okay. Whew, she breathes a sigh of relief. That's going to be the end of this, this deal with this Jeep. She would be mistaken. She keeps running into the guy at the Jeep. He apologizes next time he sees her. Oh, sorry, I was texting, I wasn't paying attention, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. Go on your merry way. Sees him later, he's broke down in the middle of the road. He wants some help. Hey, can you get out for a minute? Help me push my car out of the road. She's like, nah, I'm good. Goes to a gas station, talking to her, I believe it was either her mother or her father on the phone, I think it was her mother, talking to her on the phone. Here comes again, guy in the Jeep. She freaking sees him coming, gets off her cell phone, hurries up, gets back in her car. He's coming over and he's giving her a freaking hard time and shit. She does the smart thing again. She hurries up and gets the hell out of there. But somehow, he managed to slice her tire. I don't know when he had time to do that or when he did that. But he slid her tire, her car goes off the road, and conveniently, here he comes, the creepy man. Once again, she is scared for her life. He opens the door, punches her in the face, drags her back to his cabin in the woods, and chains her up downstairs. So I kind of had a 1BR feel whenever he tied her up in that room. So I was like, oh, are we going to go something like that? But he really had no reason. He had no rhyme or reason that he kidnapped her, I don't think. I just think he's just messed up in the head, and he does this for fun. He leaves the key in the door because he's an idiot like that, I guess. She gets out of that room, hides upstairs. She hears that he has a wife and a daughter, I believe, and that he's away at some hotel with a beautiful view whenever he's just totally bullshitting her, leaving a separate life. That kind of had like a Hell Night vibe.
Hell Fest.
In that movie. had a kid and a daughter and a normal family guy, but then the other side of him, he was going to haunted festivals and killing people. So kind of had that kind of vibe too with the killer. The rest of this movie, honestly, is just a survival movie. She's just doing anything she can to escape this dude and fighting for her life. I don't know, one scene she gets a freaking like stick in her foot, and oh, it felt really painful just watching that as she pulled it out of her foot. Like a long thing like this big. It did. Walking barefoot in the woods. This woman was way braver than I would be, because I hate walking outside on the gravel without socks and shoes on. She's in the freaking woods on sticks and rocks and thorns and all kinds of shit. She's a very brave woman, and I know she was definitely fighting for her life. But this dude's not gonna let up, hunting her like she's a wild animal or something. She luckily runs into a hunter named Robert. She whacks the shit out of him with a log, breaks his freaking phone, conveniently. But he's willing to help her and try to get her to safety. Oh, here he comes again, the man, because there's a log in the road. Who put it there? I don't know. Maybe he cut it down. Maybe it was already there. Who knows? But this dude is trying to convince Robert that that's his sister, that her husband passed away recently. She's got mental problems and shit. Robert kind of believes it, and then he's like, you know what? This guy's a fucking liar. But that dude don't play around. Beat the shit out of Robert and shot him with his gun. And now he has a weapon, a nice little rifle. As the movie goes, obviously, she's that one intense scene where he's just talking about her husband, how he's a coward and he killed himself, and she's just sitting in that water so he can't see her. That took some innards or some heart to not get out of there and just be like, dude, fuck you, and start trying to fucking beat the shit out of him as he's talking bad about her husband. But she held it in. She's trying to survive and get out of there. And this woman's heart was, damn, filled with courage and bravery. I'm telling you what, because I don't know if I could do the same shit she did in this situation. Fought through it. You keep going, you persevered. That's what she did. I mean, she went through freaking rapids and shit in this movie. She did all kinds of shit. And somehow lived. But she found him burying Robert in the woods. She jumped in the car, did the smart thing. Found his cell phone. Called for help. Called the police. This girl did everything right in this film that final girls in other movies and whatnot do the opposite. Do the wrong thing. She did the right thing and still couldn't get out of the situation. So it's kind of like this movie's kind of telling you that even if you do the right thing, sometimes bad things are still gonna happen, and they kept happening to Jessica, unfortunately. But she had she had a crowbar back there in the trunk where she was hiding in his car, beating the shit out of him as he's driving down the road. The car crashes. I got a problem with that. As many times as she whacked him in the side of the head with that crowbar, honestly, I believe he would have been knocked out. He would not have still been driving that fucking car. Give me a break. You know how bad that would hurt? It's like getting his face smashed in, so I don't buy that for a minute. And then the car wrecked. She got out, and then conveniently he was perfectly fine as well. They're kind of stretching a little bit. But it keeps up the intensity. He's still on the hunt for this girl until she just gets to the top of this clearing and says, I had enough of this shit. I'm going to stand up right now. Calls his wife and tells her, hey, do you know what your husband's doing? Do you know where he's at? He's a killer. Just killed a man. Oh, you want to speak to him? Here you go. And he's like, oh, I got to take care of something. Talk to you later, bye. Then they just go into a battle. Full-on battle. She's fighting for her life. And he messed with the wrong chick because she ain't putting up with this shit. And she takes him out. She stabs him. And you're assuming she kills him. And they're both just laying there on the ground looking at each other. And I thought it was the sound of their heartbeats. And I thought one of them was going to go out. And it was just going to be the other one. But it turned out to be a helicopter coming down once you see their hair blowing. And you realize that, hey, she persevered through this movie alone, as the title says. There was nobody coming to help her. She had to get out of the situation on her own. And she did. And that was the credits rolled, and that was the end of the film. Is it my kind of movie? No. Was I a little underwhelmed? Yes. Would I have done the same things as her in this situation? I would hope so. I would hope I'd make all the right decisions. Because she did make all the right decisions. It just didn't pay off until the end of the film. But for me, knowing that you guys know me very well by now, it was a little slow. Obviously, it was not a horror movie. It was a thriller. The premise has been done before, obviously. Girl escapes crazed, whatever. It's been done. For one of these movies, in time, it's going to take for the bad guy to win. For us to think she's going to get away, and then the killer or the man kill the girl. And then that'll just put the audience in... Holy shit, guys, did that just happen? I think that's what we need in one of these. Not this typical girl beats guy, reigns supreme. We need the killer to shock and awe us with... Holy shit, guys, he killed her? She didn't escape? Really? Damn. Didn't see that coming. That's what we need. That's what we need. So, like I said, this movie was a little underwhelming. If you're into survivalist movies and whatnot, fighting for your life, this is for you. I don't know, honestly, if I'd probably watch this again. It was okay. I'd probably give it like a 2.5 out of 5. It was right in the middle for me. But, like I said, you guys know me, and there wasn't any gore or blood, so... I'm not really one of those atmospheric people. Even though I did like, cinematography was great in the woods and whatnot. So, if you're into these kind of movies, give it a watch. You'll probably really enjoy it. But if you're more of the slasher, more of the blood, guts, gore, probably going to give it a pass. But those are my thoughts on Alone. Thanks for giving the video a watch. I definitely appreciate it. And I'm going to keep pumping out these fire videos for you guys. And if you guys want me to rap some more, just let me know. Like I did for Good Real Hunting's 100 sub celebration. Just let me know. I'll do a rap for you guys too. Have a scary day.